Welcome back to part 2 of our Crash-A-Palooza Double Driver Mayhem qualifying event with Demo Derby Smashdown. Keith Avalon from Play Games, Sam running the board. We are ready for round 2. This time we have 21 teams. We had an extra late edition of Walt Powell and Matthew Cole in the 0071 Luxus Town Car. We got the cars all lined up, all in their pristine beauty right now. Nobody's got any damage internal. Nobody's got any damage external, but that is about to change as we begin our Metal Mayhem Demo Derby Smashdown. We're going to start with Mike Saliano and Todd Barry in the 90, the 70 Hercules Sport Coupe, and here we go. We're off, 22. It's an X result. Of course, this early in, nobody's most or least damage. We're going to be rolling a lot of decide or die early. So 22 is going to be an X with an exclamation point to Bear and Jeff. So Bear and Jeff are going to lose an internal move, number 4, in the 2566 Jupiter. Oh, we lost our camera. Hold on.
Sorry, everyone.
Well, I think Bear Marathew probably just keeled that car and just drove right into the announcer booth. Holy smokes.
Stand by for technical.
Wait a second here. Let's get the referee here to disqualify them. Holy smokes. All right.
Sheesh. All right,
well, that's never happened before. Okay. No, now we definitely have to adjust that. All right. I want you out there. Something never before seen on Play TV. A car driving into the broadcast booth, recklessly driven by Bear Marathew and Jeff Tomlinson. Come on, guys. Have a little decorum. I mean, I know you're anxious to get to the Sweet 16, but come on, man. Don't drive into the broadcast booth. For heaven's sakes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and continue here.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
42, Jeff and Jeff. I should take their turn away from them. 42. All right, so that's a no damage. All right, so they're hiding. They drove into the broadcast booth and then took off. Matt Sharver and Scott Moore. 63. That's going to be a self-damage, but they are going to do damage to, well, I got to go to Mike and Todd, an internal damage to the number 90. They're going to lose move number 2. All right, that'll wrap up the first column. Back to the second. Here's Brian Aronoff, triple storming Brian with a 12. Double X with a question mark. So they're going to lose an internal damage. They're going to take an internal damage, 2 on 36. And they're going to put 2 damage on somebody. Is it going to be Kyle Cope and George Kwiatkowski? Yes, it is. 2 big hits, 2 external damage. And there's Kyle and George coming right back, 62. Oh, that's going to be X question mark to, well, I guess it could be either. So dot, it's Brian. Nope, they're going to go for Keith and Mark. So an X there, but another internal damage will take a move away from the 77. It's going to take away the bumper blast. Here's Keith and Mark. Keith Curtis from Phoenix, Arizona in the 69 Limited Station Wagon. 61 will be a triple X with a waffle iron. Boom! And that will go on to Kyle and George because they are the most damaged vehicle. There is a targeting symbol. So right out of the gate, 5 damage on Kyle and George and an internal damage. They're going to lose move 5. So Kyle and George, the Signal Healthcare 77, are in a world of hurt early on in round 2. We go to the second column. Here's Paul Govier from the Sandwich Islands. 53. And Rob Gallimore is from Canada. So we get an international team in the 67 Dictator Town Sedan. 53. The kamikaze move is XO with an exclamation point. So we're going to put an O. And then somebody's going to get an internal and an external. Looks like it's going to be Michael and Chris. So they're going to lose move 1 on the 70 from Sherload Truck and Supply. Michael and Chris coming right back with a 41. That'll be a no damage. Well, a little late for that. Here's Jason Mockler and Mike Perry, 11. A double X with an exclamation point is going to have to go on Paul and Rob. That puts 3 damage on them, and an internal damage will lose move 3. So the Stinger's gone for Paul and Rob. And Justin, we're moving to column 4. Justin Bryan and Barry Crawford, 63 on the 30. Let's see, that'll be an O. It's a self-inflicted, but they do get an internal damage on one of these guys. Dot, it's Harris and Rob. Nope, it's going to be an internal damage on James Cast and John Daniel. They're going to lose move 6 in the 57, but it's going to be an O move. Self-inflicted damage for Justin and Barry. Here's Harris Jessup from Baltimore and Rob Carruthers. 55 in the number 33 National Motors Classic 500. 55 is a skid result, so that'll be an A. Everybody's an A in this. So it's a double X with an exclamation point. Ooh, my gosh. Big early hit on Justin and Barry. So X, X, and an internal damage of 1 on the number 30. The reverse smash is gone. All right, here comes James Cast and John Daniel with a 14 on 57. That'll be, XOO to the star car. That's going to put an X on Harris and Rob, but 2 O's, two external damages, self-inflicted on that. And I believe that is it. There's no internal or external, or no internal damage to either vehicle. We move to the 5th column. Ed Gibbons, Dave Dre. 52. That will be an XO. It's one of each. I love that move. All right, so we'll put an O and an internal on Ed and Dave. They're going to lose move 3. And then who are they going to hit? Steve Heller and Jamie Watkins? Nope. Joe and Mike, Joseph Betts and Mike Haley will get the X, and they will lose in internal damage. They'll lose move 1 in the number 50. All right, now we go to Steve and Jamie will get their chance. 54. Looks like it's going to be an X question mark to the star car. They are the star car, so it's going to be Ed or Joe. Ed gets the dot. Nope. Joe and Mike will take the damage. They will take an O, though, I believe. 54, is that right? Yes, they were going to take an O. And, wait, no, 54, no, it's just an X. It's a question mark, right? It's not an O, it's an internal damage is what they're going to have to take. They're going to lose move 6 on 24. The 24 team loses the waffle iron move. All right, here comes Joseph and Mike in the 68 Gazelle station wagons. Station wagons typically are the cars to drive in these events. 64. The waffle iron move for an X exclamation point to the star car. This is going to put an X on Steve and take away internal damage on Steve and Jamie's Pioneer sedan. They're going to lose move 4. So they now have 2 moves down. We move to column 6, Matt and Luke. In the 68 Des Moines sedan, 65 on 50. So it's a skid result for an X. On Wes and Dale? Nope. On Walt and Matthew. Here's Wes and Dale, who avoided the damage there. 15 on the 99. That's a skid result. They're also going to they're going to get 2 X's. 2 X's and an exclamation point. Will it be on Matt and Luke? Yes, it will. Double X, and they're going to lose an internal damage. So Matt and Luke are going to they're going to lose move 4 in the number 55 Schlossberg Wineries Des Moines sedan. All right, here comes Wes and, hold on a second. Wait. Wes and Dale? Matt and Luke. How do they get to Wes and Dale? I guess Matt and Luke. Yeah, Wes and Dale just did that. So now it was a skid result. Right. Okay, here's Walt and Matthew. 16. It will be a car result. They've got 1 damage, but that shouldn't hurt them too much here. 5. Car chart 1 damage. Ooh, it's a stall, an early stall. Well, that's not good. So the 00 stalls out. They can probably get it started, though. Here's David, and they should have prepped it better. David Darnell and Roger Dennis in the 88 Jupiter Coupe to wrap up our 7th column, 55. It's a skid result, so we use the A, and it's going to be that's going to be nothing, isn't it? Yeah, he misses. It's a missed hit. Here's Bill Sourbeer from Taunton, Mass. Derek Jones, 14 on the 40. XOO to the star car. Of course, they're both star cars right now. So dot, it's David and Roger. Yep. So they're going to put an X on David and Roger, but 2 O's on themselves. No internal damage either way. And here's Zach and Rocky to close it out. The first minute of action, 35 on the 21, is going to be a skid result. Should be an easy hit. And there it is. On dot, it's Derek and Bill. Yes. So 3 damage on Derek and Bill. Nothing on Zach and Rocky. They are probably in the best position right now. All right, let's pick up and get into the second minute of the Derby. Pick the cars up in sort of a random order here, shuffle them up a little bit, and deal them out again. Nobody's really in much trouble. There's, I think I remember one car with 5 damage on it. Could be our first departure. Remember, the top 3 will all advance to the finals, the Sweet 16, and we'll also draw 2 cards from our discard stack and give them the lucky golden ticket. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our 7 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to make sure these are straight lines so I don't. And here's Zach. Oh, Zach and Rocky moved to the first column. And there's a good place to be hiding, sandbagging at the bottom of the group so you can't be hit that turn. That's not a good place to be. At the top. All right, here we go. Second minute of action. Paul and Govier will lead it off in the 67 Dictator. 44. We rolled a 46. It's a car result. They've got 3 damage. That's not going to be good. Oh, but they get a hit. They managed to keep the car moving. They'll get a hit on somebody. Dot, it's Harris and Rob. Yep. An X. That's 2 external damage. Will they get a little payback here? Let's see. 11 on the 33. Do they have that move? They do. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Double X and an internal damage. Shouldn't have done that. That puts them at 5 now. And 5. Payback is you know what. So they're going to lose move 5. Let's see. Here we go. So they've lost 2 of their 6. And here comes Zach and Rocky with a clean car right now. 66 on the 21. It's a car result. Should be good. Yep. They're going to get a nice little hit. And it'll be on, they can put a 6 damage on Paul and Rob. Will they do that? Yes, they do. They're going to pick on the weakling. 6 damage now for Paul and Rob. Could be our first exit. All right, we go to the second column. Here's Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips. 26. That'll be a car result. They have 1 damage. So they're going to get a hit on Jason Mockler and Mike Perry. No, on Walt and Matthew. Here's Jason and Mike. 65. That'll be a skid result. They're sitting. Oh, that's an O. They're gonna do a self. They're gonna damage their own car and do nothing to anybody else. Never good when that happens. Here's Walt and Matthew with an opportunity to get a little payback here. 26 on the double O. Oh, their car is stalled, isn't it? They can see if they can start it. No, they don't. So Walt and Matthew are just sitting there trying to get that Luxus Town car started up again. Here's Keith and Mark as we move to column 3. 53. It'll be an XO exclamation point, no targeting symbol, dot, no. Mike Saliano and Todd Berry take the X. There's an O. I wish I hadn't done that. Let me move my board back down. And let's see what move they're going to lose. They're going to lose move 4. That's their first move. Not too serious at this point. All right, here's James Cast and John Daniel in the 68 Oracle with 2 damages they put on themselves. 64. Oh, they don't have that move. The waffle iron move is out of commission, so they're just going to sit there. Here's Mike and Todd. Mike Saliano, Todd Berry. 31. It's a stinger move for X and a question mark. So they're going to get a choice of who they want. Dot, it's Keith Curtis. Yep, there's an X there, but they're also going to take an internal damage on the 90. They're going to lose move 6. We move to column 4. Here's Justin and Berry. 52 and the 30. It's an X. Oh, it's one of each. My favorite move. So we're going to do an X. We're going to do an O here and an internal damage on move 6 for car 30. And then who are they going to hit? An X and an exclamation point for Mike and Joe? Yes. That's the 3rd damage on the Gazelle. Internally, they're going to lose number 6. That's their. Yeah, they've still got 4 moves left for their 6. All right, here's Joe and Mike. Will they come back and do some damage on Justin and Barry? Let's see. 36. It's a car result. They've got 3 damage. That could be a stall. It is. And let's see, on the 50. So they're stalled out. Here's Brian and Tom. Brian Aronoff and Tom Mockler. I believe they've got a clean car. No, they've got 1 internal damage. 36. It's a car result, but no external damage, so that should be good for them. Oh, we got a 6, though. That will be an unusual result. Our first unusual result of the event, it's a 56. Smoke pouring from under the hood. Engine light goes on. Oh, no. You don't like that happening. The 36 is in trouble. The engine light just came on. We go to the fifth column. Here's Steve Heller and Jamie Watkins. 56. All right. See, 50. They do have that move. It's a car move. They've only got one external damage. So they're going to get a hit on... I guess they have to give it on Wes and Dale because the other guy's hiding. Here's Wes and Dale with payback, 62.99. On the 99, it's going to be an X question mark. So that'll put a damage on Stephen, Jamie, and internal damage to Wes and Dale's 70 Pilgrim. They're going to lose move 2. They've still got a pretty good running car. And now, out of hiding, comes Jeff Tomlinson and Bear Merritt. You're going to plow into somebody. Who's it going to be? 34X. Oh, it's going to be the burst car, the most damaged car. They're going to put a damage on Steve and Jamie, but take one of their own. And we move to the sixth column. Matt Dante and Luke Holman in the Schlossberg Wineries, number 51. It's a kamikaze move, but actually they're not going to do much damage to themselves. To the most damaged car, is it X? It's 1X. That's going to put 6 X's on Kyle and George Kwiatkowski and 2 internal damage on the 77. They're going to lose move 6 and move 3. So they've only got 2 of their moves left. Kyle and George are in trouble with 6 external damage and only 2 moves running. All right, here comes Bill and Derek, Bill Sourbeer and Derek Jones in the 40, 23. We got a double O. Oh, bad. So they're going to take 2 self-inflicted damage. This is their 4th damage that they've done to themselves. Come on, Bill. Grab that wheel a little tighter, will you? And his internal damage, they're going to lose move 6. So the waffle iron is gone. They're still fairly healthy internally, but man, they got 5 external damage. Here's Kyle and George in that slow-running Chieftain Coupe. 64. Do they have that move? No, they don't. They're going to just sit there. Here, go to column 7 now. Ed Gibbons and David Dre. 52 on the 22. Let's see here. It's going to be X. Oh, it's the mix. So an O. And they lose move 2. And who are they going to hit? Let's go. David Darnell and Roger Dennis is the dot. And that's who they're going to get it. There's an X and an internal loss of move 3 on the 88. The Snooze in Hotels Jupiter Coupe. All right. So now David and Roger will get a chance. 36. Oh, that's the move they just lost. Ed and David took it away. Here's Matt and Scott. 11 on the 95. XX! Exclamation point. And the burst car, they both have 2, so somebody's going to take some big hit here. Ed and Dave get the dot. Nope, it's going to be David and Roger with 2 X's and an internal loss. They're going to lose move 1. All right, that will wrap up the second round. Let's pick these cars up and set them out again. So, yeah, I think we're probably going to lose a vehicle here this round as we move into the third round of the Demo Derby. I'm going to shuffle them up just a little bit here. Nobody's hiding. And here we go. We're just going to go right down the pike. Paul and Rob, Walt and Matt, Mike and Todd, Joe and Mike, Brian and Tom, Justin and Brian, Barry rather, Keith and Mark, Michael and Chris, Jason and Mike, James and John, Kyle and George. Got a bad feeling about this for them. David, Darnell, and Roger, Dennis, Matt, and Scott, Bill and Derek. To run out of room here. I should have moved them over. Let's go like this. Make a little bit more room. There we go. And here we are. Okay. Round 3. Paul and Rob lead it off. 21. It's going to be X question mark to the burst car. Well, that'll be Walt, but this could, let's see, they're going to lose move 4 on the 44. All right, here's Walt and Matthew. 22 in the double. Oh, they're stalled. Let's see if they start up and can get anything. There is it. My decider die is hiding. Nope, they aren't able to start up, so they're going to just sit there. Here's Mike and Todd with a chance to get a free shot. 52 on the 90. Let's see. Okay, XO, and it's one of each. So they're going to get an O, They're going to lose move 4. And who are they going to hit? They're going to go for Walt and Powell on a dot. Yep. There's an X and an internal damage of move 5 on the 00. That's their first damage, but their car is stalled. All right, so we go to the second column. Joe and Mike, 23 on the 50. Well, they're stalled also. Let's see if they start up. Yes, they do. 23. Oh, they shouldn't have. 00 and a question mark. Oh, that's 5 damage. And they're going to lose move 1. That's their second loss of move 1. All right, here's Brian Aronoff and Tom Mockler, 25. They got an engine light. We got to see if they can stay started. So let's see here. 1 or a 6, they're out. Nope, they're good. 25. It was a 25. The engine light though stays on. Oh, they don't have the bumper blast move, so that's a non-move for them anyway. We go to Justin and Barry, 63 on the 30. And the waffle iron move they do not have. We move to column 3. Keith and Mark, 52. XO question mark. Exclamation point. All right, so they're going to take a damage. That's 4 internal damage on move 5. And they will hit, dot will be Michael and Chris. Nope, they're going to go for Jason and Mike. So an X damage and an internal loss of move 4 for Jace. That's only their first, so they're still okay. All right, Michael and Chris now. Let me make sure I can see where my decider die is. 25 on the 70. That's going to be a skid result. They got only 1 damage. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the TV move, A. So they're going to get a quick hit on dots. Keith? Nope, they're going to put it on Jason and Mike. Here's Jason and Mike, 35. They have that move. It is a skid. And it's a double X with a dot. With an exclamation point. Actually, no, it's just a double X. So let's see here. Double X, who is it going to be, though? Dot, it's Keith and Mark. Oh, that gives them 6. So Jason and Mike put the hurt on Keith and Mark. And we move to the fourth column. John and James, 14 on 57. That's going to be an XOO. So they're going to put a damage on somebody. Who is it, the Star Car? Let me check again. Yes, the Star Cars. They could have knocked out Kyle and George. Instead, they put the hit on Ed and Dave, and they take 2 damage on their own. That's 4 of their own damage they put on their vehicle trying to knock people out. Here's Kyle and George with the barely alive 69 Chieftain Coupe. 56, do they even have that move? They do not. Here's Ed and Dave with a chance to get the first knockout of the Derby. 14, they have it. Yes, and they're going to do it. No, they're going to go to the Star Car. So they're going to put it on James, and they're going to take 2 internal damage, or 2 external damage on their own. 14 is XOO. So all of a sudden, Ed and Dave have 5 damage on their vehicle. So in that one column, we've got 16 damage. Here's David and Roger, 11 on the 88. They don't have the reverse smash, so it's a non-move. Matt and Scott, 62. They've got that X question mark to the Star Car. Looks like they both have the equal amount. So dot, it's David and Roger. Yep. So they'll put an X here, 62, and a question mark. So they're going to lose one of their own moves, move 5. All right. And let's see. That will be Matt and Scott, who just lost that. So now it's going to be Bill and Derek. 53. On the 40, do they have that? Yes, they do. It's another XO move with an exclamation point. No targeting symbol. Dot, it's David and Roger. Yep. That puts 6 damage on David and Roger. That puts 6 damage on Bill and Derek. David and Roger are going to lose an internal damage. An internal move. They're going to lose move 6. They're now down to 3. We move to column 6. Luke and Matt. 46. That is going to be... Oh, they don't have that move. Never mind. 24, Steve and Jamie. 24 in the 24. It's an X to the Star Car with an exclamation point. That means they're going to put it on Wes and Dale and take away one of their moves, their 4 move on the 99. So that puts a little bit of a crimp. Here's Wes and Dale with possibly payback, 44. No, they just lost that move, so they don't get to do nothing. Zach Goldsmith and Rocky Ayers, we wrap up the third minute, 43. No damage. Here's Harris and Rob, 31. Let's see here. 31 is going to be, let's see, they're in the 33. They got that move. X1 or X question mark. So it'll be a damage to Jeff and Bear, but they're going to take an internal damage and lose move 5. They're still in pretty good shape. Here's Jeff and Bear, 43. No damage. All right, so both those guys have no damage, and that will. We didn't lose a car. We have everybody still running as we move into the 4th minute of the action. There we go. We'll shuffle them up a little bit. Everybody's still in there. A couple cars have got engine problems. We got 2 stalls and an engine light on. And here we go. Kyle, George, James, and John. I want to make sure I give myself enough space here. We got all 7 columns still in it. 2, 3. This is a larger than normal derby, by the way. We recommend like 12 cars. We're doing 20. So it does take a little bit longer to run through this big of a derby. But we wanted to give everybody a chance. We didn't want to just, randomly, these guys stay at the bottom. We didn't want to just randomly eliminate people by just drawing lots or something. So bear with us. Kyle and George will start it off in column 1, 31 on the 77. They don't have that move. Goes to James and John, 52. They have that. XO, it's the mix. So there's an O and an internal. They're going to lose move 6. Oh, that's the second one of 6. So they lose the third, they're out. And who are they going to do it to? Kyle and George? Yes. So that will not. There's our first knockout. Kyle and George will be our first casualty of the Derby. And Justin, Bryant, and Barry Crawford with their turn, 64 on the 30. Let's see. And they don't have the waffle iron. We go to the second column. Here's Brian. Oh, the engine light. We got to roll for the engine light first on Brian and Tom. 1 or 6, they're out. Oh, that's it for. Well, we just lost a second car. So Brian and Tom, the engine kind of killed out on you. And that's our second casualty of the Derby. Here's Matt and Luke, 55 for the 55. You should get a bonus for that. Skid results. All right, so that'll be, it's going to be a double X result on Steve Heller and Jamie Watkins. They've got 5 now. 13 on the 24. That will be X. Oh, look out. X and 2 internals on Matt and Luke. They're going to lose 3 and 2. So that car is significantly impaired now. We go to the third column, Wes and Dale, 45. They do not have that move. Here's David and Roger in the 88. 46 is a car result. Oh, that's bad because they got 6 damage. So it's probably going to be a stall or an engine light. Oh, it's an unusual result. That's the one thing that could have saved them. Let's see if it does indeed save them. 61. Oh, it's a showdown. The winner increases driver grade. The loser decreases grade. All right, so they're going to get to do a showdown. They somehow get this car moving. He's going to do a kamikaze type deal, I guess. All right, so odd, it's Wes and Dale that he's going after. Blank or dot, it's Wes and Dale. Okay, he's going after Wes and Dale. So 11 to 46, he's going to knock them out immediately. And here it is. And it is a knockout. So Wes and Dale, just like that, are done. A big hit from David and Roger in the snooze-in Jupiter Coupe. And here's Paul and Rob, who could actually put David and Roger out right now with the right hit, 54. And they don't have it. The kamikaze move is gone. We go to the fourth column. Here's Walt and Matthew, 55. On the double. Oh, their car's stalled. Can they get it started? Yes, they do. But they don't have the kamikaze move, so the car's running, but they're not able to do anything. They're stuck. And here comes Mike and Todd, 65. And they don't have the waffle iron. So that leaves it up to Joe and Mike to get a free shot here. 55 on the 50. And that will be a skid result. A result would be, that's the O. So they do a passing glance on Mike and Todd, but missed the fender and hit the post. So it's 6 damage now for Joe and Mike. We move to the fifth column rather. Keith, Curtis, and Mark Johnson in the 66, 45. Let's see. They don't have that move. Here's Michael and Chris, 24. It's an X with an exclamation point to the star car. That will be Jason Mockler and Mike Perry taking the damage, and an internal. They're going to lose move 3. Way up in the corner. And here's Jason and Mike coming back, right back at him, 34. They just lost that move, so a smooth move by Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips to keep Jason and Mike from doing anything. Now to the 6th column, Ed Gibbons and David Dreas, 52. They have that move, XO. It's one of everything, so they're going to take their 5th self-inflicted damage, and they're going to lose a move, 4, 22. That's their 2nd loss of 4. And then who are they going to hit? Matt Sharver and Scott Moore is the dot. And there you go. There's an X and an internal damage to 6. The 95 car loses. They've lost 4, 5, and 6 now. Matt and Scott trying to come right back at them, and they've got an 11. That should do something. Oh, yes. That will. Oh, wait. 3, 6. Both of them have 6. So the dot, one of these guys is going to get knocked out here with the reverse smash. Dot, it's Ed and Dave. Nope, it's Bill and Derek. See ya. So Matt and Scott back that 70 Pioneer Custom Sedan right into the engine compartment of Bill and Derek's Dolphin Sports Coupe, and that will put them out of the Derby. All right, so Jeff and Bear, who've been playing possum here, 54 on the 25. Let's see. They've got that move. That's going to be an X question mark. They have to put it on Rob and Harris. They are going to have to take an internal damage of move 4. All right, and now this guy comes out of hiding. There's Zach and Rocky. They got their choice of targets, 53. They're looking pretty good right now, actually. No internal damage, no external damage. A completely clean car for Zach Goldsmith and Rocky Ayers. 53. Well, not anymore. They're going to take an O, a self-inflicted damage there. But they do put an X and a question mark on somebody. Is it going to be on Jeff and Bear? Yes. There's an X and internal damage of loss of 3 to the 25 Lone Star Financial Services Kingmaker sedan. I'm sorry, the Jupiter sedan. All right, so that leaves it up to Harris and Rob to wrap up this round, 23. It's the OO question mark. That's not good. So they're going to take 2 external damage and 1 internal damage. Somebody made a wrong move there. They're going to lose move 2. 33. All right, so that's going to wrap up that round. We did lose some cars, and I think we got several that are right on the cusp here. I think this is going to be a very meaningful round here as we move into the I believe this is the 5th round, the 5th minute of action. And we'll shuffle them up a little bit here and spread them out. I think we're going to have 6 columns of 3. Let's see, we got 4. Yeah, it'll be we'll do 6 columns. Here we go. Nobody's playing possum right now. So there's Zach. Oh, Zach and Rocky move to the front of the line here. And we'll have a 2-car column at the very end. All right, Jeff and Bear will start it out. Looking at 4 damage on the 25 Jupiter. See, 21. Do they have that move? They do not. Here's Zach and Rocky, 16. They have the move. Oh, it's a car move, but they've only got 1 damage. Oh, but it's a 5. So they're going to stall. Zach and Rocky stall out. If they can get it started, they should be okay, but they're going to take some pummeling probably here. 23. Oh, no, it's an OO question mark. That's going to James Cass and John Daniel. They tried to take the shot on Zach and Rocky, but it missed. And instead, they are out. Here's Walt and Matthew. So 2 cars left in that column. 66 on the 00. Their car is restarted. It's a car move. Ooh, but that's bad. They got 4 damage on it. So they've got to roll a 1 to get anything good. Oh, and they get the 1. And it's going to go to David. Oh, they're going to get the knockout. Oh, my gosh. So Walt Powell and Matthew Cole, they managed a little bit of life out of that dying 71 Luxus, just enough to put the hit on David and Roger and knock them out. There's a kill for Walt Powell and Matthew Cole. Paul Govier and Rob Gallimore, 52 on the 44. Let's see here. It does not have the kamikaze move, so that's going to stay just like it is. We go to the third column. Here's Jason Mockler and Mike Perry, 46. On the 45. Does not have the rollback move. Keith Curtis and Mark Johnson sitting there with 6 damage. They cannot afford to take any external damage on this. 11. There it is. No external damage. XX. Exclamation point to the damage. Well, that's going to knock out Joe and Mike Haley. Because they are the burst car. So Joe and Mike get killed by Keith and Mark. And Keith and Mark stay in it. They do not take any damage of their own. This field is thinning out fast. All right, here's Matt and Luke, 34. And they can't do that. The stinger is gone for Matt and Luke. Here's Harris and Rob, 15. 33. They've got that. It's a skid result. That's good. Oh, but that's an unusual result. So we have an unusual result for Harris and Rob. An unusual result. I think I moved that. Let me just roll the whole thing in here. 25 on the unusual result. Oh, it's a wow result. XX, 3 internal damage to the star car. Which car is the star? Oh, Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips get the big hit. Boom. So 2 X's and 3 internal damage on the 70. So 5, 1. Uh-oh. That's the second one. If we roll another 1 here, Michael and Chris are out of it. Nope, they could lose 3. But they've still got 4 internal damage. That's not good. All righty. Let's see. That will be Michael and Chris with a chance for a little payback here. 22. That's one of the 3 moves they have. It's an X and an exclamation point to Harris and Rob, the burst car. And they're going to lose move 5. Move 33. Let's see. So, that's their second loss of 5. Move to the 5th column. Here's Ed and Dave, 41. Oh, nothing on that. They got 2 damage on the rollback move, so they're going to just sit there. Here's Justin and Barry, 44. And they have that. That's going to be XO to the burst car. That will be, that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. So that is going to knock out Ed and Dave. He's going to take a damage of his own. But Ed and Dave are done. The Camping King Seaboard Custom Coupe is steaming and done. All right, so I believe that's going to mean Steve and Jamie are left. They've got 5 damage. 35, 24, 35. It's a skid move. That could be good. A 2 will do an X on Justin and Barry. So they've got 6. They've got 5. We move to the final column, Mike Saliano and Todd Barry. 22 from the 90. That's a non-move they don't have. That's one of the 2 moves they don't have. So here's Matt and Scott with a chance to get a quick, easy hit. 95, 11. And they do. 2 X's and an internal as Mike and Todd are just kind of sitting there. They're going to lose move 3. And that'll wrap up this round. We're going to move to the 6th round with see, we've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. That means we should have 13 left. And we're going to probably lose a couple more here. All right. Paul, Rob, Keith, Walt and Matt, Michael and Chris, Matt and Luke. And there we're going to have the last column's going to have 4. All right, here we go. Paul and Rob started out. 53. It's a non-move. The kamikaze they do not have. 26. Oh, there's a bumper blast from Keith and Mark. A 25. It's a skid. Oh, they could get a hit here. They do. They're going to knock somebody out. It's Paul and Rob. Yes, Paul and Rob take the hit, and they're done. Keith Curtis and Mark Johnson get a kill. All right, and here comes Harris Jessup, and they can knock Keith and Mark out right here. 15. It's a skid result. That could work. An A. Oh, but they get the O result. Instead, they were going for the kill. They knocked themselves out. Harris. Oh, so they're done. That car is not running. So they tried to get Mark and Keith out of there. Instead, they took themselves out. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Here's Walton Matthew, 35 on the 00. Let's see. That's going to be a skid result. And that will be an unusual result. 43. Transmission failure. Losing with 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not good. 3, 4, 5, and 6. That gives them, let's see, 5 internal damage. One more and they're done. And here's Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips. Chris, Jen, Brady, Phillips. I think that's all their names. 51 on the 70. Do not have that move. Here's Matt Dante and Luke Holman, 55. 53 on the 55. It's going to be an XO exclamation point. So they're going to put a damage on themselves, but then they're going to put a hit on Dot, Walt, yes. X and an internal, that's going to knock them out. So the internal damage that Matt Dante and Luke Holman delivered to Walt Powell and Matt Cole is going to put them out of the Derby. Just too much damage to the engine of that Luxus Town car. Can only take so much. We go to the third column. Here's Justin and Barry, 16. Do not get that move. Mike Saliano and Todd Berry in the 90. They do. It's a double X with an exclamation point to the worst car. That's going to be a knockout. So Mike Saliano and Todd Berry put the big hurt on Justin Bryant and Barry Crawford. They are finished. Here's Matt Sharver and Scott Moore, 54. And that's not a move. They don't have the kamikaze move, so they're just going to have to stand pat. Zach Goldsmith and Rocky Ayers with the cleanest car in the Derby, but they're stalled out right now. Can they get it started? They do. And they're going to take a swipe at somebody, 21. It's X question mark to the most damaged vehicle. That looks like it's going to be Steve and Jamie. That is not going to be enough to knock them out, though. Not enough. They're going to take an internal damage, too, of their own. That's their first internal damage. Here's Jeff and Bear, 55. That's a good move. It's a skid, though. Well, that's actually good. An A will be good. Oh, but it's the 5. It's a self damage. They got to take an O. They've got 6 now. No, they got 5 now. Here's Jason and Mike, 64. That is going to be the waffle iron move. They're going to get an X and an exclamation point against the Stark. They're going to put a little hurt on Zach and Rocky and take away one of their moves. So they're not getting out of there unscathed. And Steve Heller and Jamie Watkins, they might just very well do the same thing. 11 on the 24. Oh yes. No, but they're gonna take aim at the most damaged vehicle, double X, which is going to knock out Jeff and Bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, Jeff and Bear. In the Lone Star Financial Services Jupiter Sedan, number 25. Put in a good race, but they are finished. And there's our final 8. Remember, we got to get down to 3. The last 3 will qualify. Then we'll pick 2 randomly, and our broadcast will be finished for tonight. Our Crashapalooza double driver mayhem. Holy cow. What a night of crashing and smashing. Here we go. Mike and Chris, Matt and Scott. Let's see. How many are we going to have here? We're going to have 2 columns of 3, 1 column of 2. We'll start with Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips. 14. Yeah, that's a reverse smash that they don't have. In fact, they're leaking oil on that one. So nothing. Here's Jason Mockler and Chris and Mike Perry, 26 on the 45. They have that move. It's a car move. They got 4 damage, so this is probably going to be a stall. Unless I can roll a 1. No, it's going to be a stall. So they're going to stall out. The 45 is stalled. And here's Steve Heller and Jamie Watkins, 15. Do they have a 15? They do. Oh, that's going to be it for them. So they're going to do damage to Mike and Chris, but Steve and Jamie are going to knock themselves out. That car is just not going. It was just not built for this kind of abuse. So that puts Steve and Jamie on the sidelines. Matt Sharver and Scott Moore in the 70 Pioneer with only 2 external damage. 12. That's an XX. They've got an internal damage they're going to have to take. Let's see what they're going to lose. They're going to lose number 6. Ooh, that's their second loss of that. They better not get a third. And who are they going to put the double X's on? Is it going to be Keith and Curtis? Well, yeah, if it's Keith and Mark, they're going to knock them out. Dot, that's who they go for. Yes, they do. Keith and Mark, it was nice knowing you. So we're down to 6. Here's Matt and Luke. 11 on the 55. Oh, it's a double X. Oh, my gosh. Big hit on Matt and Scott. Luke and Matt were just kind of sitting there, and they're going to take away move 1 on the 95. All of a sudden, the 95 is got 5 internal damage, and that car is not running very well. We go to the final column. 6 guys left. Here's Mike and Todd. 54 in the 90. They have that move. It's an X question mark to Zach and the star car, but there's only 1 car in the column. So X, we're going to take away a move, though. They're going to lose move 3. That's their second loss of move 3. So they are on the brink. See if Zach can do an internal damage. Zach and Rocky, 46. That they do not have the rollback move, so that is it. We're going to have 2 columns of 3. We're down to 6 cars. 6 cars running. I believe this is the 9th minute of the Derby. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. I was going to do... No, I got to do that again. We'll do it this way. We'll do these 3 and these 3. Let's line them up that way, though, so I don't get confused. There we go. Okay, so here we are. Get them in the center of the dirt. All right, here we go. Matt and Scott get to go first. 12. They do not have that move. Jason and Mike in the 45. 55. Oh, they're stalled. Can they start? Dot, they do. They don't. Did they have 45? They didn't have that move anyway. Here's Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips, 24. They've got the move. It's X, exclamation point to the star car. They're both stars, so dot is going to be Matt and Scott. Okay, so X and an internal move. They're going to lose an internal move too. Oh, that's gonna knock them out. That's their 6th. Doesn't matter what I roll. It's their 6th internal move, and Matt and Scott are out of it. Zach and Rocky. We're getting down to the final group, 34 on the 21. Let's see here. They have the move. XO to the most damaged vehicle. Both Mike and Todd and Matt and Luke have 4 damage, so dot, it's going to go to Mike and Todd. Matt and Luke. So 34, let me just make sure I got that. It's going to be X, right? An X, but also an O. Here's Mike and Todd. 61. Do they have that move? They do not. Matt and Luke, 41, do not have the move. All right, so we're going to shuffle them up again. And here we go. This will be a column of 3 and a column of 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Michael and Chris will go first. In the 70, the Sure-Load Truck and Supply 69 Royal Sedan, 52. They do not have the kamikaze move, leaving them wide open to Jason and Mike with the big blast from the Crest Sedan, 65. Oh, I've got to see if this can they get it started. They don't get it started. They had a big move there. What would have been a skid move? Yeah, that would have been good. But they couldn't get the car started. Here's Zach and Rocky, 62. Let's see here. They do have that move. X question mark to the star car. They both have 4. Dot, it's Michael and Chris. There's the X, but they are going to have to take an internal damage, losing move number 2. That's 3 moves they're out. All right, so we move over to this column now. Here's Mike and Todd, 62. They don't have the move. Matt and Luke with a free shot. Here it is, 25. They don't have it. They can't. They don't have the bumper blast, so they are just sitting there looking at each other, unable to do anything. All right, here we go. We're going to have a column of 3 and a column of 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Matt and Luke will go first this time. 44. They do not have the rollback move. Here's Jason and Mike. 62. Oh, I guess if they start the car, if they do, it's going to be damage. And they do. They get the car started at the last minute. They're going to do damage, an external damage to the star car and an internal damage to themselves. That would be Mike Saliano and Todd Berry that get the damage because they only have 4. Now they have 5. And the internal damage goes to move 3 for Jason and Mike. So that's their second loss of 3. Okay. All right. So let's see. Where did I leave off? It was the 90, right? 62? No, it wasn't the 90. What did I roll? 60? Nah, I've lost my place. All right. So Jason Mockler and Mike Perry. Let's see. He took the damage, right? So it's Mike Saliano and Todd Berry's turn. Okay. Here we go. 14. And then I'm getting so caught up in this. It's getting kind of tense. 14. XOO. Star Car. Oh, no. So he's going to put a damage on Jason Mockler and Mike Perry, giving them 5. But 2 of their own will knock Mike and Todd out. So now we're down to 4. All right, so the next guy out will not be in the finals, but the other 3 will be. Let's go over to Zach and Rocky. 21, 56. Does not have the move. Here's Mike and Chris. 41. Move 70, 41. It's a no damage. Oh, that was a smart move. How about that? All right, now we're going to shuffle them up, and we will redistribute them. And there's no more shuffling after this. We're down to the final 4. Next car out, we'll have our 3 finalists. All right, here we go. Oh. So it's Jason. It's going to be the no damage is not going to help Michael and Chris. Here's our order. And here we go. Michael and Chris go first. It's a 54. They don't have the move. Sitting there with 5 damage. Here's Jason and Mike. Jason Mockler and Mike Perry. In the 68 Crest sedan. 26. That's a car result. It's probably going to stall. Let's see. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a stall result. Yes, they're stalled out now. So Jason and Mike in the 45 are stalled out. Here's Zach and Rocky. 44. They don't have that move. Here's Matt and Luke. 31. Don't have the move. Back to Michael and Chris. 32. Don't have the move. Here's Jason and Mike. Can they get the car started? They don't. Here's Zach and Rocky. Limping cars here. 21. They do not have the move. Here's Matt and Luke. Struggling to get something going here. 34 on the 50. They do not have the move. Back to Michael and Chris. 35. Don't have it. Jason and Mike need to get that car started now. And they do. 63. It's an O move, but they are going to put an internal damage on somebody. The lowest car. 5. Looks like it's going to be Zach and Rocky. So 63, that will be an internal damage on Zach and Rocky. They're going to lose move 5. That's their second. But they're going to take a damage of their own. So that gives them 6. Here's Zach and Rocky. 36. Oh, it's a car move. That probably means a kill with 4 damage. Oh, it's an unusual result. We have an unusual result. 26. Tangled with another car, smacked by a third. 3 self-damages, and that will do it for Zach and Rocky. What a way to go out. They got sandwiched between everybody. So that will knock Zach and Rocky out of it. So we have our finalists here, Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips, Jason Mockler and Mike Perry, Matt Dante and Luke Holman. Now, who's going to get the most points? I believe we are now at Matt and Luke. 65. That is going to be a skid result. And that'll be an X. Who will it be on? Dots, Michael and Chris. Nope, it's going to be on Jason Mockler and Mike Perry. So that will knock them out. They're going to be your third place finisher with 2 points. And here comes Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips going for the title. 62. Let's see. Michael Robinson, let's see. 62 is going to be an X. No, that's going to be a question mark. So he's going to put an X. Going to put damage on Matt and Luke. He has an internal damage, though. And if I roll a 1, no, wait, that's 1, 2, 3. That's right. That's only 4. So if I roll a 1, he's out. Nope. He's still in it. Car barely running. Here's Matt and Luke trying to get that last big hit. 55, 46. Doesn't have the rollback move. Michael and Chris with their turn, 42. Doesn't have the rollback move either. Back to Matt and Luke feverishly trying to get that car going. There's a 15. It's a skid. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, and this thing's over. No, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not. Oh, it's an unusual result. Oh, my gosh. Matt, Dante, and Luke Holman generate the unusual result. 14. Look out. Oh, yes. Look out. It's a quadruple X. A huge hit. X, X, X. Crushing Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips. That will put them in second place with 3 points. And Matt, Dante, and Luke Holman win the Derby, the second Derby, with 5 points. So there we go. They'll be the leaders going into the Sweet 16. So that's the finish of our Derby. Matt, Dante, and Luke Holman get the gold cup, the gold ribbon. Michael Robinson and Chris Phillips get the silver, and Jason Mockler and Mike Perry with the bronze. All right. So Sam, if you will get me, let's put these cards. We're going to draw our two golden ticket drivers, guys who got knocked out but are going to get a chance to participate in the Sweet 16 anyway. I'm going to put these here. I actually think I've got the second pile right here. We'll just, you want to throw them in a box? All right, we'll throw them in a box.
You want to shuffle them?
If you
Shuffle them, probably.
All right. We'll do the first heat first. I'm going to just shuffle these up. Get me a D20.
Okay.
That'll add some drama to it. And we'll roll a D20 and we'll count that many cards down. How about that? That many cards down, I should say. So here's our deck. That's for the first one. All right, so these guys get a free ticket. They don't get any points. They don't get any standings points, but they do get to smash them up again next Tuesday night when we get down to the Sweet 16 of our V8 Extermi-NATION. Everybody else is exterminated. Here we go. It's going to be the 17th car in the pile, and we may have to go through the pile twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There it is. John Heckel and Mark Moe. That makes sense. We took 3 cards out of this. The 17th card down. John Heckel and Mark Moe will be participating. Now you guys are going to get each your own cars for the actual extermination event series. All right, so that takes care of everybody else in the first group. Sorry, you've just been exterminated. All right, here we go. Now we're going to do the second group, the guys that we just finished. And one of you guys will also advance with the golden ticket. And it's going to be the player who's the 5th down in the stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ed Gibbons and Dave Dre will be our golden ticket winners. So there we go. We got our field of 16. Everybody will get a separate car. We're going to make the cars a little different, too, for the... everybody have a little bit different car. But they'll all be equal, but they'll be a little bit different skills and stuff when we resume this next Tuesday night here on the Play Space. So there you go. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a good time. It was fun doing it. We will see you Thursday night when we're going to be playing the Cooperstown collection for History Maker Baseball, a little vintage baseball action, American versus National League. And we'll resume the V8 Extermi-NATION Tuesday night with our Sweet 16, battling it out for points. The bottom 2 get kicked off the show. The top 14 continue on. Till then, have a great night. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being part of the Play Games community.